Walk into any casino, and what's the first thing you see? Not the sharply dressed dealers or the noisy roulette tables, but an endless sea of flashing lights and hypnotic music. A steel jungle of slot machines. Ever wondered why? Every detail in a casino, every single element, is meticulously calculated with one goal: to make you willingly empty your pockets without even realizing it. And slot machines? They're the casino's sharpest, most efficient weapon. A casino is, of course, a business, just like Apple selling you a phone at a price far above its cost. Their goal is to maximize profit. But unlike regular businesses, what casinos sell is a seductive illusion, the dream of getting rich overnight. To keep you lost in that dream, they must hide the brutal truth. You haven't stepped into an entertainment venue full of opportunities, but a carefully designed maze built on your psychological weaknesses, with its only exit being the door you came through. And they'll do everything to make you forget it exists, even convincing you that at the end of the maze lies a palace of wealth. This maze starts working on you the moment you step inside. Have you noticed how most casinos are laid out like a sprawling, disorienting ant colony? Winding pathways, blurred divisions between gaming areas. It's hard to get a clear sense of direction. This isn't bad architecture. It's deliberate psychology, known as the maze effect. They intentionally tuck restrooms, restaurants, and even exit signs in the least obvious spots to maximize your time in the gaming area. You might set out to find an exit for a quick break, only to be lured back by another machine that looks like it's about to pay out. Even more classic is the absence of windows and clocks. This is a sealed-off world, a timeless realm of eternal daylight, or perhaps eternal twilight. No sunrise, no sunset, no outside noise. Just the hum of machines and the clink of chips. Hours slip by, maybe even a whole day, and your sense of time is completely stripped away, making irrational decisions easier and extending your gambling session. You lose any external reference for time to go home. Your internal clock is thrown into chaos, leaving gambling as your only anchor. This isn't by chance. It's behavioral psychology masterfully applied to spatial design, aiming to make you lost in the casino's universe. Your senses are their next target. The ambient sounds in a casino aren't random noise, but a carefully orchestrated symphony designed to stoke your gambling desire. Slot machine sounds are engineered. High-pitched, coin-clinking noises mimic the joy of winning, constantly stimulating your auditory nerves and activating your brain's reward center. Even a tiny win triggers exaggerated music and animations, creating a powerful illusion for those around you. Everyone's winning, and I could be next. This psychological nudge, driven by social proof, is key to maintaining the feverish atmosphere. What you hear isn't the truth, but a curated, amplified sound of victory. Meanwhile, the air is often laced with custom fragrances. Studies suggest certain scents relax you, make you feel good, and encourage you to stay longer, even boosting your willingness to take risks. Add to that the casino's signature lighting, typically gold and red, colors psychologically tied to wealth, passion, and adventure. Soft, focused lighting makes you feel comfortable and private, while the machine's flashing lights constantly grab your attention. You're enveloped in a sensory bubble of sound, light, and scent, where your rationality melts away, replaced by amplified, primal impulses. In this carefully choreographed comfort war, free services are the most deceptive sugar-coated bullets. Waiters eagerly bring you free drinks, not out of generosity but as a high-return investment. Alcohol is the most effective chemical weapon for dismantling your rationality. It lowers your risk assessment, dulls the sting of losses, and makes you bolder and more impulsive. One drink in, and the $100 you plan to bet might turn into a reckless $1,000 wager. Those ergonomically designed chairs for long gaming sessions, the cheap buffets to keep your energy up, all of it has one purpose: to remove any physical reason to leave the table. They've thought of everything: hunger, thirst, fatigue, so you can focus solely on sitting in front of that wealth-harvesting machine. So-called VIP services are just a more sophisticated anesthetic, offering exclusive lounges, higher credit limits, and personalized attention to make you feel valued and prestigious while you bleed money, willingly losing more. Many assume casinos make money by outsmarting you at the tables. That's a massive misconception. Take blackjack. A savvy player using basic strategy can shrink the house edge to under 0.5%, almost a fair fight. That's exactly why casinos don't want you mastering blackjack or baccarat. They don't want you at those low house edge tables for long. It's too slow, too labor-intensive, and they have to watch for card counters and other smart players. What they want are tireless machines that don't need salaries and can extract profits from thousands of ordinary players with stunning efficiency. Slot machines are their perfect money printers. Let's peel back their shiny exterior and examine the cold, hard logic of how they work. Let's talk numbers, the thing casinos least want you to understand. When you play a perfect hand of blackjack, the house might earn just 50 cents on your $100 bet. But feed that same $100 into a slot machine, and the casino reliably pockets $10 to $15, sometimes more in loosely regulated areas. That's staggering. This isn't gambling. It's gentle plunder. Every button you press is like paying an invisible tax. This tax is the house edge or take, and its flip side is the return to player, RTP. A machine labeled 90% RTP means it keeps 10% of all money played in the long run. But here's the catch. That 90% isn't for your single session. It's a statistical average over millions, even billions of spins. In your short playtime, outcomes are wildly random. You might lose everything in 10 minutes or hit a jackpot. Casinos exploit this short-term volatility to hook you, then rely on their long-term mathematical edge to drain you. They have near-infinite time and capital to let the law of large numbers work its magic, while you, with limited funds, can be wiped out by a single bad swing. They play the math of inevitability. You bet on the chance of probability. It's an uneven fight from the start. At the heart of a slot machine is a microchip called a random number generator, RNG. This chip is the machine's soul, its only guarantee of fairness, and its cold, ruthless essence. It generates thousands, even tens of thousands, of random number sequences every second, even when no one's playing. The moment you press spin, the RNG locks in a number corresponding to a preset real outcome. That's it, your result is decided in a fraction of a second. The spinning reels and music? Just theater for entertainment. This means all the folklore and secrets about slots are nonsense. A machine isn't due for a big payout just because it hasn't hit in a while. Your player card doesn't affect your odds. How you touch the screen or when you play makes no difference. Every spin is an independent event, unconnected to any before or after, like flipping a coin 100 times. Next flip, it's still 50-50. Casinos love when you believe in patterns because chasing them keeps you playing longer, lost in a false sense of control. You think you're outsmarting the machine, but you're just facing off against a random number generator in a no-contest math duel. Even worse, slot machines aren't just mathematical devices. They're psychological traps crafted by psychologists and engineers. One of the most insidious designs is the near-miss effect. You've seen it. 2 jackpot symbols land on the pay line, but the third stops just above or below. That so close failure is far more stimulating than a total miss, making you think, next spin's the one. But here's the truth. Those near misses are programmed to appear far more often than chance would allow. They don't change your mathematical odds, but psychologically, they release dopamine almost as if you'd won, keeping you hooked through frustration and hope. Another deceptive trick is losses disguised as wins. Picture this. You bet $5 on a multi-line slot, and after a dazzling display of lights and sounds, the screen says you won $2. The music celebrates, coins clink, lights flash, but your balance just dropped by $3. You lost money, yet your brain registers a win. This design is everywhere in modern slots, blurring the line between winning and losing. You feel like you're winning constantly, even as your wallet empties, satisfying your brain's craving for positive feedback while numbing you to your actual losses. The history of slot machines is a story of casinos finding ever more efficient, entertaining ways to extract money. From simple 3-reel mechanical slots to today's video slots with complex storylines, bonus rounds, and video game-like cinematics, the core goal hasn't changed. Those free spins, bonus games, and interactive features aren't there to give you better odds. They're designed to increase your immersion and time on device. These mini-games make you forget you're gambling real money, feeling like you're playing a regular video game with virtual rewards. This gamification drastically extends playtime, and time is always the casino's friend, never yours. The longer you play, the more the house edge grinds you down. Casinos love to parade jackpot winners as heroes, waving giant checks under flashing lights to sell you a beautiful lie. But they'll never tell you about the thousands of losers behind every winner, bankrupted by chasing that same dream. The jackpot winner is their best advertisement, luring more people like you to dive headfirst into the flickering sea of lights. They sell a low-probability dream, funded by countless shattered ones. They won't mention that even if you hit the jackpot, many casinos pay it out in installments, not a lump sum, letting them invest and profit off your money in the meantime. Nor will they warn you that publicizing a winner's identity often brings endless trouble and harassment. They show you the glamorous start of the story but hide the messy aftermath. This survivor bias marketing lets you see only the rare successes, not the vast pool of failures. So, can you win at slots? Sure, but it takes iron willpower and brutal discipline. Casinos don't fear lucky players, they fear those who know when to stop and walk away. You're not playing a machine, you're battling a team of mathematicians and psychologists. Your money management, your stop-loss and stop-win lines, are your only armor in this uneven war. The secret to winning isn't how you play, it's when you leave. Hit your profit goal or loss limit, and no matter how good it feels or how close you are, you must walk away. Easier said than done, because the casino's design is built to erode your reason and discipline. Every near miss tempts you to try again. Every disguised loss dulls your pain. The gambler's psyche is the casino's fertile ground. The most common and destructive trap is the gambler's fallacy. The belief that if something happens often, it's less likely to happen next, or vice versa. For example, after 10 red spins on a roulette wheel, you might think black is due. But every spin is independent. The odds stay the same. The wheel has no memory. On slots, this fallacy shows up as, "This machine's taken so much, it's got to pay out soon." The machine has no memory either. It's just the RNG deciding your next spin's outcome. Another deadly trap is escalation of commitment, or the sunk cost fallacy. After losing a chunk of money, you feel that walking away means admitting defeat. To get it back, you keep pouring in cash, hoping one big win will erase your losses. Your decisions stop being rational, hijacked by unrecoverable losses. The more you invest, the harder it is to leave, creating a vicious cycle until you're broke. Everything in the casino, from comfy chairs to free drinks, is designed to trap you in this mindset, making you forget time, forget losses, and chase the elusive break-even moment. So what's the secret casinos don't want you to know? It's not some betting pattern or winning trick. It's that slot machines, from the moment they're designed, are not a fair game. They're efficient wealth extractors wrapped in entertainment's candy coating. The house doesn't need to cheat because the rules themselves are the ultimate cheat. They exploit human weaknesses, using math and psychology to build a maze you can't resist lingering in, while the exit to reality is one most people choose to ignore. In this glittering palace, the real currency isn't chips. It's your resolve to walk away. They won't tell you that professional slot players don't exist, because no skill can beat a negative expectation game. They won't admit your loyalty card is just a tool to track your spending habits and losses, so they can target you with offers to keep you coming back for more. The truth they hide is this. In the casino's logic, you're not a player. You're a profit unit with a precisely calculable lifetime value. Everything they do is to extend that lifetime and maximize that value. See through it, and you'll understand the only winning strategy is to refuse to play a war that's rigged against you from the start.